So you have the picture of your own wedding gown?
Yes, since I was like 16 or so.
Camera set, got the light to the mic, okay? Yeah. All set, let's turn this thing up, like lock in love. Man, them turning the brightness up. Man, them put on the matching gloves. Got a love one swoop on the podcast floor.
How is it going?
It's going well.
Alright, that's
Yes.
good. Please, this is not my wedding gown, thank you. So now that I'm not even sure what my wedding gown is.
You're
going
not
to be
ready
like,
for marriage.
I know, so you're ready for marriage?
I think I am
agree.
ready for marriage. Mentally, I am, but like financially, I am.
You are not. Why now?
Because I need to like spend on my man.
You grow with your husband. It's because your standards are too high. That's why you are.
It has to be high.
You too. But are you your standards? Can you match up to your standards? If your standards see you now, will you advise your standards?
Yes, but then I want to be comfortable where I can be like, baby, you've been working a lot too hard on yourself. Let me take you out. Let's go on a trip. Vacation.
So like in how many years do you think you can achieve what you're trying to
This
achieve?
year now.
This year. Good news.
This year.
Wedding testimony.
Gotta follow, again.
You know, I was telling somebody was like asking me yesterday night, like, are you ready for a relationship? And I said, you know what? I'm ready by age.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready by mind.
And
it's like, which one is this one? Which one is
smart?
Which one is this? I'm like, I'm ready by age. Like by age, like I can go home and say like I have a boyfriend now.
Yeah.
And everybody's like fine.
Yeah.
But like mentally, I don't think I'm ready. So that's the thing. Like you need to be ready mentally, financially, spiritually.
Physically.
I don't think I'm ready spiritually too. Physically. Can you be ready physically?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, I think you need to be ready physically because you have to put your body in shape.
Yeah.
I know that was one thing that we're saying that time. That's like you have to like stop eating some things because if you want to like carry a pregnancy, there's a way your body has to be. As a man,
just change.
You need to be giving high quality sperm. Don't be giving. You know that I saw one thing yesterday that most of childbirth complications and like general children problems is because of the man's sperm.
It's because of.
And if a woman gives birth
just a womb ready to carry. What's there to like? But it's you that is giving me products to carry.
So if you are there,
it's what you give me.
Drinking Coke every day. You're not ready.
No, drinking Hennessy every day. I'm putting some substance in your stomach.
Oh, baby.
Who give me that baby that you
smoking?
That black baby that you're smoking.
They don't smoke, but they take shisha.
That's shisha. Shisha is smoking.
Even if it's sugar. You know, you're not ready yet.
You mean sugar?
You're not ready. But yeah.
Sugar is bad too.
It's part of it though.
Oh, my doctor said that I need sugar.
I period your life. You know, diabetes is one of the craziest diseases. I literally saw it on Twitter recently that the doctor was like, you'd rather have diabetes than have HIV.
Oh.
Because diabetes is crazy. You will not know you have it. You'll be living like a normal person. And you can get blind. Like, the complications are crazy. If you have a wound, you will not be able to heal. Like, HIV is bad and is transmittable and yet. But at least you can manage it well if you take your drugs every day, right? But that one, if you enter AIDS like this, it's going to be very bad. But imagine for a doctor to say that you'd rather have diabetes than have HIV, you need to know how crazy diabetes is. We need to actually cut down on
HIV than diabetes.
Yes, you rather have HIV than diabetes. But I mean, it was just saying, like, it was just trying to, I don't feel like it's true. I just feel like he was just trying to explain how bad diabetes is. So we need to all watch our sugar level.
Yeah. So what are we doing today? Because I don't understand why we are dressed like wedding brides.
You know the funny thing is that
tell me.
We did not plan to wear white.
No!
And I was not planning to wear white.
And you didn't tell me.
I didn't plan because I didn't plan to wear white.
I wanted to put on a blue gown because you asked if I have a gown. I'm like,
I actually wanted to wear like a yellow gown. So like that one was my birthday gown. Yeah. I wore it for like my 21st birthday, and it was really like dramatic. No, I said let's wear a dramatic gown, right? Because we're going to be doing some hotel time soon. So but then I looked for it and not find it, and I'm like, and I showed my roommate that should I wear like this instead because it's white and it's still, I think it's still like a little bit dramatic for wedding. And she's like, yeah, just for me to come here and see you wearing white.
And I was like,
we are ready to marry. We are in the spirit of marriage. The
spirit of discernment is upon us.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But yeah, today we're going to be reviewing it's not actually a lit movie, but the recently released popular movie by Laju Iren titled Last to Marry.
So
who's ready? Who is ready?
But wait.
Who's excited? Who's excited?
Last to marry. Why are you not wearing white? Why?
Because last to marry
means
is a
what?
What's the last to marry?
I don't know.
You know that normally when you're in a race, when we're small, you do on your mark, set, go. Last to get there is a
loser.
Is a fool. That's what they used to say. Emily, you don't go to secondary school. Eh? But last to marry is not a fool. Last to marry is not a
fool.
Last to marry is a
blessing.
I don't know about that one. Last to marry is a
winner.
Last to marry is a Last to marry
is a what? Is it what? Is it enough?
Oh, yeah, you say your own.
Last to marry is a what?
Last
to marry is a
person that's waiting for the will of God. Try again.
Last to marry is a
patient mind. Try again.
I don't want a patient mind.
You don't want patient mind. What do you want? Oh yeah.
Last to marry is a
lover of God's timing.
So people will marry fast. They don't
no, I'm not saying. I mean that is still God's timing for them.
So what are you saying?
Last to marry, even if you're the last to marry, you are still a lover of God's timing. Even if you are the first to marry, you are still a lover of God's timing.
Yeah, but last to marry is not a curse.
Yeah, it's not a curse.
It is not a curse.
It's not a curse.
It can never be.
It can never be.
It can never
be.
All right.
Do you have secondary school people already getting married? Like your secondary school classmates?
They don't marry finish.
They don't marry finish.
I think I'm the only one remaining.
It's a lie.
I promise you.
I still have a book. What happened? Why they run into?
Actually, most of them marry immediately after secondary school.
Eh? They don't go university?
Yep. Most of them, because it was more like people that are getting married to them don't live in the country. So immediately they were done with school. They were doing back to back. I marry. And then when I moved to university, it was more like some of them were already married in my...
And they were in uni. What about you doing when your mates were married?
I was praying, evangelizing, waiting for the Lord.
That's what I guess said. That's Emily, are you sure 33 is not knocking on your door? Oh, yeah.
Even if it's 34, we will wait.
Emily,
it's
but you still have this your wedding gown there. You know you already envisioned your wedding. I'm not envisioned anything.
I have.
So even if you reach 35 for me, I don't think in my head.
I do not have an issue.
Which marriage getting married late.
Like, I need a reason to be married.
To be married, yeah. And I think that should be aligned with God's purpose for
life.
Yeah. So
today
we're going to be reviewing the popular movie Last to Marry. By Laju Iren. Very, very amazing movie. Yeah. Very short, very straight to the point.
Is it short? It's 1 hour.
1 hour is short for
it's
a movie.
It's not short, so it's not.
Movies are like typically.
I watched that movie yesterday. Okay.
Emily, you have casted yourself. Movies are typically
2 hours.
2 hours, 1 hour 30 minutes. So I like the fact that it wasn't that long actually. Wasn't that long, but yeah, Last to Marry. What was your first impression about the movie? Like when you started watching it, what was your emotions?
When I started watching the movie, I was like, what's going on here? Because I thought it was a Hunt game show, or what did they call it?
Pop the balloon. Yeah.
So I was still trying to get to know what the movie was all about.
Yeah.
And then I was not seeing everybody saying, oh, you're my type. No, I like you, but you're not my type. Or someone
so they don't like her. They didn't like her at all.
No, someone said, I like you now.
But you're not my type. How can you like someone that's person not your type?
Like, she looked fine now.
Fine. On the pop balloon. Yeah. Okay.
And then another person was like, she's too independent.
Yeah.
It was that one, and I said, I have to watch this
movie, right?
Something is going, and then she was just looking, and I'm like,
yeah.
What's up with you? But I actually love the movie.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think for me, like you said, the opening scene was nice. Right? Because you're like, you just open the movie, you are seeing Pop Balloon, and you're like, is this a YouTube channel? Like, it's a YouTube movie, but
I wasn't sure it was a movie.
Yes, it looks like, is this in all those YouTube channels, Pop the Balloon and stuff, right? And the protagonist, I think the protagonist is the good person in the movie, Abby. So the protagonist of the movie was named Abidemi Durosimi.
Abidemi.
Yeah, she was a Yoruba babe. You know?
Abidemi.
So your baby,
what's
that's
the
the person
meaning
that
of
plays.
Abidemi?
Actually, I don't know. Abidemi.
Ooh.
Abi means like that. But I don't know. I know the meaning of a lot of Yoruba movies, but I don't know the meaning of that. That's weird. But yeah, basically, Abidemi Durosimi, and she was a woman she was 33 years old.
Yeah, she was 33.
And we saw her in a Pop the Balloon scene.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think about Pop the Balloons generally?
I think we should start that Pop the Balloon.
Yeah. God forbid. You will go and do. Chabi used to do franchise.
No, I mean we should host it.
You used to do you and Jojo franchise.
Yeah.
People go and do it. It's not me. Pop the balloon.
Pop the balloon.
Some people come and be using my own podcast to be roasting each other. or to be
another
expressing all the
show.
frustration of their life.
Let me tell you why I actually want to start something like that, because
Why?
for people like Abby,
Walad. Why?
that are single and do not like going out, I just feel like this is a different kind of show, but it's a Christian kind of pop the balloon that nobody's gonna roast anybody. Do you like her? Do you not like her? Do you find her attractive? Do you not find her attractive?
Weird.
It is not weird, because some people have been going out, they've been going to church, and still they have not found that person, and then they'll come to that show.
So it's Pop the Balloon, they find the person.
They will find, because people will be finding, you will find, your story will not be different. So watch out.
Who has found the husband from Pop the Balloon?
I know plenty.
Well, my only about that show is weird. It's like you're putting somebody on sale and everybody now has a say.
But
Like you're
they
putting
do
somebody
like it.
on the, say you put somebody
They are
on the
not
market.
complaining, calm down.
What are you not complaining?
They are not complaining.
Me, I would never put myself for different men. But okay, I'm not even trying to sound judgmental. But I believe that if we are saying what we are saying, and we are saying that we're Christians, and we're saying that you need to, like, certain qualities you need to look for.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe the concept itself is good, such that you get to put yourself out there. So if you're saying that what you do is to get a data of people to put themselves out there, tell them about the person's characteristics, tell them about the person's, where the person is kind, what the job the person does, the person's genotype, person's church, those kind of things. Put it out there and then make people choose, and then maybe after people have chosen, they get to go on the dates.
Yes, that's the idea.
They're not the one that there'll be 5 men. The man will not go, oh, she's short. Oh, she has the arm leg.
That one.
Oh,
Did I explain that? Nobody's going to roast anybody.
So what will be happening? It's still Pop the Balloon. There'll still be like 5 men there. It's different things, like one on one. That makes sense. That's like
you
a dating
guys
show.
get to meet and stuff like that.
So you want to be a
tell me-
matchmaker.
Matchmaker, yes, that's what
Kushare,
I'm gonna
kushare,
do.
kushare.
Watch out.
But yeah, but I don't like the whole idea of Pop the Balloon. But I like the idea of, like, actually just like a platform to allow people meet each other.
Yeah.
And then because
it's
we're
Christian.
yes, and you pray about it, because if you go and marry people and they are married,
No, I did not say come, you must
it's
marry.
matchmaking.
It's not matchmaking.
Emily,
by
even God
force.
did not give anybody wife and husband to marry.
No, I am happy. You doesn't mean if you come and see chaff, you say that.
And I think you also tell them to hear from God.
Yes, now.
Yeah,
No, it's just
yeah.
more like, okay, you're coming, and then you don't see.
Yes,
it's not your.
But if you scatter your head, stupid, they will say, I met on Emily's Pop the Balloon.
I would say I forced you to make you marry him.
Well
I
done.
didn't force you. I only showed you the
explain to
way.
Jesus.
I was just
You are
teaching
the
you
way,
how to
Abi.
fish.
You become Jesus.
No.
Kushe.
I am a
Kushe.
daughter of the Lord.
But yeah, like
What my
so,
father has done. He said,
you should do. So you start showing
Greater.
people. You start showing people the way.
I'm showing you the way.
Well then.
Because my father has shown me the way. He's
Don't
the
worry,
way.
you go year round. But yeah, like
Yeah.
the scene was good, and then they were roasting her. One
Yeah.
said that she was fat. The other person said that she was too independent. The other person said that, in fact, all these things, you are fat, you are even old, and you are still looking for who will be celibate with you again. I think that was one that busted my brain. Like, you're already too old. It was almost like they were telling her that you're already too old to have standards, and your
Yeah.
standards
Are
are
high.
too much. And I'm like, what are the standards?
What understand?
She said she wants someone that's hardworking, someone that is spiritual, and that she doesn't want to have sex with her before marriage. What is there? What is the big deal in
Or
those
maybe
standards?
because they don't want her to have money, so they can control her.
No, my mom said that the bar is below the belt, because if a babe, because she's saying that she wants a hardworking man that is spiritual and that wants to be celibate
It's
before
not too
marriage,
much.
what is too much
It's
about
not,
that?
It's not too much.
What
Unless
is
you're
too
looking,
much?
unless they're looking for a broke person that they'll actually ask tomorrow, what do you bring to the table?
Do you understand?
It's
Do you
not too much.
understand?
Her own is even small.
She doesn't even have a lot
She doesn't
of
have
things.
anything.
And I'm sure that because she's 33, that is why.
Come and check my own. Your eye will clear.
How long is your list? When you were the girl.
My
Oh,
dad
ready?
always say, even if you have 20, at least if you see a man that have 10 qualities that you're looking for.
10 out of 20. Only.
Five.
Only.
That is not what is. I did not say 10. I said 5. Yes, he
Yeah,
said 5.
yeah.
That, but I don't know how to manage. I cannot manage
Yes,
any man.
yes,
You
yes.
get me? Because my family didn't.
And
teach me
are
how
you
to
those
manage.
qualities too that the man wants? You know
I
that's a question.
am. That's why I'm still working. That's why I've not chook myself inside relationship. That's why I have never chook myself, because I am working on myself.
Emily.
So that when the man find me, he found a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
You found a wife.
A wife.
You're already
good
a wife
thing,
for
a
yourself.
blessing. I'm a favor. I just need to
Your body.
shield the man.
But like I was going to say, like that's one thing that we don't talk about a lot, and I think I learned it recently, that women, like the way she had a lot of things she wanted. A lot of times as women, we like have these standards, we have this long list, and do we ever step back to ask ourselves, am I what this kind of man that I once would want?
Yeah.
Or when you meet that man,
Or
you
can
ask
date
him.
yourself?
Do you understand? When you meet that man, you ask him that, exactly, can you date yourself? Because I realize that oftentimes, anyway, this is another episode, we're usually a reflection of who we are attracting.
Yeah.
But that's by the way. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
So let's just speak about so the next scene goes to her. She was actually a dream.
Yeah.
The part of the balloon was a dream.
It was
I
a
know
dream.
the host was like, I mean, let me do not see me. You will forever remain the last to marry. You're not
But it
getting.
was
She
more
just
like what she said was, it was more like a cause.
yeah, like she was cursing her, like,
You will never get married.
Yes,
You
never get married.
be the last. And
Yes.
my brain now, I'm like, what's
And she's
going
like,
on?
is the 3-year-old? Is he too old?
It is not old, my sister.
Like, is it just me? I see
It is-
33 as.
I think it was
Is it
B
that bad?
Ladies Conference
Yeah.
that a woman said she was.
She got married at 50.
50.
Yes.
And
yes.
she's looking
But she went through a
healthy.
lot though.
Is-
No, good, no,
what
bother.
I'm trying to say is she got married.
Yes. But I think the thing for women is that, like, biological clock, there's a lot of voices in your head. For example, the next scene after she woke up from the dream, she actually
Her
woke
mom.
up by a call from her mom.
Her mom.
And her mom was telling her, why are you sleeping like this? Is this how you're going to do your husband's house? How
Now
you
you're-
there, man? I hate that thing.
No, I think parents are putting a lot of pressure on girls, on ladies.
I hate that thing.
And it's crazy. See, I just want to say thank you to my parents because in my
Thank
family
you
they
to
have
my mom.
never
Yeah.
say go and marry. Why you not marry? Before they even reach me, they should go and talk to my sisters.
I think that's the case for me. I have like two people before me.
They should go and talk to them.
But I think what even annoyed me is not you are married, go and marry.
Go and marry.
I think what annoys me is there is a way. I was telling my mom recently. You guys grew like since I've been a child, since I've been like 2. I have always heard, "This is how you go to bathe in your husband's house." Like I did not wash plates. This is how you do your husband's house. I'm sleeping. Please, like, how are you telling me? Like, why do you want my life to revolve around my husband that I don't even know?
My husband.
Like, so I'm sleeping. Why are you sleeping? You have things to do. Don't you have purpose to find? Why don't you read a book? Why is that not a better excuse for all those things than every single time I make a
My
mistake
husband,
or I don't do right, you are now putting one. I mean, it's good to live a life with the consciousness that you're going to have a family, but it's be the little things. And it's like, and if men and women were being trained the same way, like if they were telling men the same thing,
Yeah.
like you're seeing your
not
your
washing
son,
plates or you're doing
you're seeing your son playing football when he's meant to be reading. You, they're going to be right, but they do it for men too, Sha. But the only thing about men is that it's only when it comes to money. They will say this is how you want to take care of your family. So for men, it's only when it comes to money they do that for them. For women, it's only when it comes to taking care of the house and being a sane person mentally. That's when they do it. And I feel like it does not make sense because
doesn't make sense.
the babe should also make money,
Yeah.
and the man should also be whole. So you see a lot of healing that has to be done, because now girls, their mind is wired that I need to wash plates. I need to, like, they've turned marriage who is going to wash plates, who's not going to wash plates.
It's not a crime for a man to wash plates.
It's not even like, do you get, or they're not on the man's mind to I want to make money. I want
It's
to make
all
money.
about
I want to make
money.
money.
It's how
Right?
to
So
be
a lot of men they
responsible,
can
take care of your
It's
wife.
now bad in Nigeria
And
because
they don't want to wash plates. Your mommy will come and cook that food for you. You know,
it's now even very bad in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Because what time did I finish university? Before you can make the kind of money that is, approved that's to marry,
Yeah, really.
you couldn't enter like 35, almost 40. You'll not be paying school fees at 60. Do you understand me? So
Yeah.
I feel like if they could like balance things out a
Yeah.
bit, right? First of all, make people find themselves as a person. It's good to be conscious you're going to have a family one day, but it's not that you are sleeping and then
Somebody will
or you do not wash plates. Do you understand? Like, what about other things? What about purpose? Like, what about bringing up that conversation in a more sane manner that does not tend to shame the person? Because most of when they bring this thing up, it doesn't even mean well. It's to shame the person, and that is what the mom was trying to do. Why are you sleeping?
So my husband's house, I'm not gonna sleep.
She's not going to
So
sleep.
it's more like,
See, I have said it.
I'm in a jail or cage. So and
Why you sleep at this time?
marriage is not meant to be
No,
enjoyed.
that's what I'm saying. It's just in a bit to shame the person.
Please, so
See, I've said this when I marry,
when you marry,
and I'm enjoying my life. All it is that my mom is always coming about I'm a lazy girl, I'm this and that. By God's grace, God, please do it for me. My husband will encourage me. It was part of mine. It will indulge me, and I'll do video and I'll tell my mom, I say, yes, I'm husband house now, and I'm sleeping at 10 a.m. What do you want to do about it? What do you want to do about it?
so you want to marry and pepper mommy?
Yes,
mommy.
I'll be pepper her.
Forgive her, but she doesn't know what she's saying.
I don't care. I will get that dishwasher. I will have a chef. I will every time she'll say, you don't know how to cook.
And my husband will know how to cook.
And we have a chef. And I tell her
No, I
that.
don't want
You
a
know,
chef.
you know what I tell her? I tell mommy that my husband will cook for me.
My husband will
She'll
cook for
say,
me.
Can you say that?
What will happen on Monday? I cook. Tuesday, my husband cook. Wednesday,
Emily,
we go out.
Marriage is not unpolyous. All this is not happen. But let's continue. But basically, yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's one part I picked from that scene, that I was like, this is something that Nigerian parents do a lot. They just tie your life, around this thing. Now the next thing is that, so in the next scene, so she was frustrated with that mommy, to that mommy that she was like, mommy, leave me alone. She not said maybe like network was bad, and just like went up to the next thing. So the next thing we had her like speaking to our friends.
Yeah.
Remember that scene?
Yeah.
So we had like Inkim and I think she's something Charity. Yeah, so we had Inkim, and did you remember that conversation with our friend how we went?
No.
Anything you picked up from it?
I don't remember that.
You can't remember?
I fast forward.
You avoided Emily, you know.
But
Change.
what happened? But that's why I
So
had
like there was Inkem and there was Charity.
Yeah.
So Inkem was like the sensible one. Like
Yeah.
Charity was the one that was very rash.
Yeah.
So both of them were obviously married and had
Yeah.
children, and she was talking about
and
her
I
problems.
get where the pressure is coming from again, because all her
friends are married.
Yeah,
right?
And she wants to be
Exactly.
married.
So
and
if
then
I
her mom will always like, have you seen your
Exactly.
friend?
So the pressure was getting worse. So like her friends are married and stuff. So they were just talking to her about the whole married thing. She's
Yeah.
like, she had a dream and everything, and they were like that. She should just calm down and everything. And her friend and Charity was not telling her that her standards are too much. And Kim was not like that. What are the standards? Like
yeah.
standards are not plenty now. Charity said that she said it's like night market. That when you are going for night market, like I think something like you just pick whatever you do you understand.
Yeah.
That I can't remember how she said it. It was just showing like men are not perfect and everything, and they were like that. She can't just pick it. Just that her standards are not so much. She can't just pick any kind of person because like she's late and everything. And I think Inkem told her that that I think she should pray and everything.
Yeah.
To be honest, I can't even really remember that conversation. I should know that in that conversation, the friends were like, she now spoke about the man that she had a crush on. That was BA.
Yeah, I
boss.
remember that
So she now said that,
part.
that's she's just really why can't everybody like that
she
she
now
wants.
say something about. I think it's not. One of her friends said, there are no men like that. She now say, why can't they be like BA?
Yes, like he's so hardworking, he's so spiritual, he's rich. Da, 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 da. She now spoke about the fact that he's actually her boss.
Yeah.
Right, and she likes him. She had a question.
And then her friend has said,
yes.
what do you have to lose?
Yes, I tell him about it. That Charity. It's Charity that says she's going to shoot her shot.
But she wanted to shoot your shot. Now, I have a question for you. Do you think you can shoot your shots when you see someone that you really like?
Okay. So I had like a former podcast, like we all know, like just it. And this was a whole episode, shoot your shot. And it's about women actually shooting their shot. And in that podcast, I was telling girls to go and shoot their shots, but like I take my word back. Me, I can't do it. But I don't even advise anybody to do it.
Why?
Because the Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. That's what the Bible says. So if you're not the one doing the finding, they're going to find you.
So are you lost?
You're not lost now. Do you have to be lost?
What if the person's eye is blind
There's
and you
darkness.
know that?
When God comes, God will shine light to the person's eyes. So you know that this chair can be here. If there is this place is off, like the light is switched
You
off,
don't
I
see
can't
it.
find it.
Yeah.
Or I'll find it, but I don't know where exactly it is.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It doesn't mean that the chair is misplaced. It's just that there's light has not been shone on that situation.
Okay.
So it's not that you're. But I don't believe that. I can't shoot my shots.
Okay.
Because I don't believe that. I feel like even if I like somebody first, I'll just pray that God please open this person's eyes to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
if this person is really God's will for me. And if the person doesn't like you, that's already my one sign the person is not God's will for you. Move on with your life. If the person cannot move on with your life, you'll be fine. There's the love of God for you. So that's it about shooting your shots. So she went to go and follow bad advice.
She was not doing. I want to tell you something. I should just text him. My brain, I say, when you go there, they disgrace you. Come back and
You will
lose
come
your
back
job.
on your knees.
No, she will lose her job. That's
Are
that
you not scared of your job?
And it's the job that gave her the house.
Yes.
And the car. You will lose everything. And you go back to that your mommy place. That mommy is saying, go and marry, your eye will clear.
Your guy will clear. But yeah, she went there and she had. But one thing about this movie,
she texted him.
I think she thought about it, but she didn't do it.
She texted him that
but
I
he
want to
didn't
tell you
see
something.
it. Okay, yes. She texted him, I want to tell you something. When she now got there, but one thing about this movie, there was a lot of flashbacks. So I was so confused about which one was even happening and which one was a flashback. So she actually confessed in her mind. But me, I thought she got. Yeah, she confessed in her mind. And in her mind, too.
Yeah,
the Lulu is the what? The Lulu, they say, is the what?
Is the what?
So Lulu. Emily, are you on Instagram? The Lulu is the so Lulu. So in her the Lulu, he actually said, oh, he liked
I
her.
like you too. I've been meaning to tell you.
Yeah, to
this
tell
thing.
you. That is what will happen when you go and shoot your shot. It will start in your mind and end in your
They
mind.
lie, don't believe.
In reality,
don't believe how
he's engaged to a 24-year-old.
he was engaged.
And it was 24. What do you think about age gaps? Why do you think your mother is that as old as that to go for a 24-year-old? Do you think there's nothing bad with it, or like?
So I think, especially Igbo men, I think they like getting married
Younger
to
girls.
girls.
Yeah.
I do not know why, but they just. I think someone said because they feel, oh, this one can't challenge me in the house or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have an issue with it. If you like, be older than me 10 years and you love me and I love you and your God proposed for me, we're gonna marry. I do not have an issue with that. So it's not a thing.
Yeah, as far as it's God's will for your life. But I also think there's
age is nothing but a number.
It's not though. I don't believe. But okay, I get that part. If that is God's will for your life. If that
but
is
can
God's
you marry
will.
someone that is younger than you? Like a guy?
Emily,
oh yeah,
please stop me for Lola Day. Please, so I think let's just leave this age matter. Let me leave it matter. So basically, she was like that. She was surprised because as she was about to tell him, one babe walked inside and she was 24 and she just realized that
you can't
she's married.
Yes,
like she
two people talking.
Exactly. So
like,
she realized that he's going to marry the boy that she has a crush on. Wants to marry a 24-year-old girl.
Yeah. So there's no chance.
So there's no. Do you get? And she was like, how is this girl not a baby? Please, how is a 24-year-old a baby?
It's not a baby.
I was like, because does that mean I'm a baby?
No, you're not a baby.
Are you sure? I don't think I can. She said I'm a baby. So
no, you're not. But you, Papa,
but I feel like she was just hurt, like genuinely.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, and then she went on to call her friends, and she's like, I've never been. Like, this is the first time
crying.
I am. Yeah, she was really crying. It really pained her.
And that's when she really said, God, when my mates were at the party.
Yeah, no, that's that. But what did she tell her friends first? She was telling her friends that, like, this is the first time she's not happy for somebody.
Oh,
right?
she says.
Yes, so? Yeah, this first time she's not happy for somebody's engagement. First time she's not happy for somebody's engagement.
But she told her boss that she's getting married now.
Yeah, she told her, it's true. She told her boss she's getting married when she had, but because of shock, she was actually not getting married.
Okay.
So, I mean, and then she spoke to her friends about it and everything. Then, like you said, what did she now do next?
She now went on her knees, she now cried. God, when my mates were at the party, I was busy praying, evangelizing. Why is this thing happening to me?
Yes.
Am I cursed? Am I a coconut?
Yes, like what did I do wrong?
What did I do
But
wrong?
you know that's a thing, like a lot of times, you know that thing we're saying, now the fine girls gone, they get married late past, or the fine girls when they find husband. Or even like sometimes people have this mentality that when I have given my life to God, I'm spiritual, then God owes me to give me a good husband, an husband early.
When you're always in your house.
Yes, because God, I served you, I did everything.
Purpose.
Why is it that the people that did not serve you, or the people that were having boyfriends and were even, promiscuous, they are getting the best men?
They get married
and me,
first.
and me that I was not dating, I was focused on advising. Why am I the one that is not married, right? And to be honest, it's two things. If not you, who? Like, first of all, we need to understand that the fact that if you get married, it's not because of your deeds. It's not because you have kept yourself. It's not because it's not a trade by barter, because in the first place, we did not do anything to deserve Jesus dying for us. We didn't do anything to deserve the fact that God has taken us as his own child. It was grace.
Yeah.
There's the part of the mercy and the grace of God. So if you did not do anything to deserve, like, salvation, why do you think that your deeds is what will fetch you good husband? Because salvation is the greatest gift in life, right? And we didn't do anything to deserve it. So why do we think that because we have done it, we do that? We did. I'm not saying you don't deserve a good husband. You are God's child, and God would never give his children. The Bible literally says that I will not feed what I'm supposed to feed my children to dogs, right? So God will give us the best. The problem is the timing. We don't want to know when God's time is. We're so obsessed with our timing, and we just forget that God's timing is not our timing. Like, and I know that at the end of the story, Laju Iren says something that I'll rather be late on my own time.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I'd rather be late on my own time than to go faster than God would rather me go, because God knows the end from the beginning. He's trying to train you for something or whatever it is. But I just feel like that mentality of, because I've done this, I've done that, then I'm entitled to the best things of life, I think it's wrong. Because if you say you really believe in the grace of God, you are contradicting that. What do you think about that mentality?
Yeah, it is a very crazy mentality.
Yes, I deserve.
And see, again, do not compare yourself with people that are going out or people that are partying. God forgive me for saying this, but they are going out, they are socializing, they are meeting new people. You are just going to church and you're praying,
There's so many other
and
things.
you go back Work, church, home. Work, church, home. You don't go out. How is that husband going to find you?
Exactly.
If you blame God again for not getting husband when you are not going out, it's me that will break your head. I promise you, because it's actually not God's fault. It's your fault. I say that.
I know it's not you. Sometimes it's not your fault.
Actually,
so Emily, what if it's not got time?
What if not got time? I understand that, but most of the time it's your fault. See, someone like me.
Sometimes not got time.
Someone like me, I can't say, God, why am I coconut?
Yes.
Because how old am I? I do not go out.
Yeah, I get you. There's that aspect.
I'm always going to church, and maybe he's not even in church.
But sometimes some people do, and they still not find husband.
My sister, you're not going to the right place. Do you know that she found husband?
Well, we didn't know whether it's the husband.
It's the husband.
But you know that's another thing that we need to speak about. Is that I think another thing we need to speak about this timing and God's time is that fulfilling purpose. So most times people are looking for husband, but there's something that God has said to you. I think we're going to the end of the movie when she eventually went to Pastor Laju with her problems. Is that God has put something in your heart for you to do.
Are you doing it?
Are you doing it? Because what I have realized, Emily, is that most times we will find our destiny partners or our future partners in when you are fulfilling purpose.
Yeah.
Use us for example. Where did we meet?
How did we meet? Oh, you saw me and you say, fine girl, I like you, I like you. I was like, yeah, I like you. Can we be friends? We actually met because of purpose.
No, I'm saying like we met because of purpose, but where did we meet?
Fulfilling purpose now.
Oh, yeah.
In church.
In church. And I was serving in church.
You were serving in
I was in church because I was serving in church. You were also in church. It was sacrificed to go to church on Saturday. But we were in the midst of service and the midst of purpose. And that's how we found each other. Which what we're doing right now is, part of purpose. You understand? So you can't just sit down in your house. You're not doing anything. God, yes, you're not serving. You're not doing anything. And you expect your husband, or even, it's not even your husband, they're friends. They are partners that you need to take it to the next level. If you're not doing your little you can do in service, you might not be able to find it.
How will God be sure that if I say my beloved son to you, you can take care of
exactly
him?
When even the small dream he has put in your hand, what have you done with it? So I think that's another thing. But yeah, at the end of the day, how did she meet the guys that she?
Which guy?
The two guys now that she ended up
how did she meet them? Actually?
Yes.
Okay, so she was going to her work after she finished complaining.
Yes.
So she was going to work. So the guy then came. She was like, I just want to say thank you very much for allowing me to stay in your house. You know that I'm a straightforward. See, that's the one thing that I like about the guy.
Yes.
I'm a straightforward person. This is what I like. This is what I don't like.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
No, I like it though.
Yeah,
my brother, don't come to me and be telling me, how are you? Have you eaten? Straight to the point. Tell me why you're here. Let me know.
That he wants to marry you.
Let me know your intention.
Conversation.
No.
Okay, it was after their conversation. It was second conversation.
So that he asked
her in the first conversation, he was already kept asking her for a date.
And she said no.
For a date, yes. And then the second conversation, he came and he
came to the house.
He's serious. He wants to marry.
So when she got to the office, she now saw what's his name? That fine.
Yeah, Senior TJ. So fine. I said, this Senior TJ is going to cause trouble. There ain't a way he
was just looking. He didn't even say anything.
He was just, the way he was looking at her, it was like he wanted to eat her up. And she was just laughing, so clueless. She was so clueless. God,
if my man cannot look at me like that,
it's fine.
Is this the way he was looking at her?
He was a Muslim though. I think that was it. He wasn't gonna like this.
See, but after that, he was like, I miss you, whatever.
Yeah, and they were in the same secondary school.
And then two of them go to confess their love for her almost the same time. But
he told Sinu actually apparently said that she always liked her since secondary school, and she was a fine girl, but I mean because of her faith, she was always doing shakara and stuff like that, right? Yeah, but he's a Muslim, rich background and
everything.
Now, you know what I said I didn't like her, and so Amata, that was a Christian guy. I didn't like her and Amata's stroke because I said it before I even knew that he was going to misbehave, or I knew that he misbehaved.
I know that he didn't.
I felt like it was too fast because they didn't get to know each other. He kind of love bombed her. It was let's go out on the date. Next thing is in a house. They are like getting cozy. They're praying together. I felt like there was really no time for friendship there. There was really no time where they were knowing each other, right? So she didn't really get to know him without love being in conversation. And maybe it's just me. I think it's just me. But I feel like friendship is usually very, very important for me.
Okay.
I like to take my time to know people.
Yeah.
Like, let me know you as a friend first. Let me see what you're about. Let me see what I am about. Then I can now know whether this is the kind of person that I want to marry or I do not want to marry.
But
or even if I have feelings. They started dating almost immediately. He did not even know her. The next time he came to say that he wants to marry her, he just saw her, that she was his landlord. They did not have any other conversation. The second conversation is that
He went to the house.
I'm straightforward.
Right, yeah.
I want to marry you. You don't know me. How do you want to marry? What if I may wish?
And that's when, okay, I want to marry doesn't mean that I have to marry you today. It's more like, this is my intention. What do you think about it? I still give you time to think about it. Like, do you understand?
Yeah, I
think
don't
it
know,
that
Sha.
way. Oh.
I don't know.
Then, because, also, you want me to be friends with you for how long? 2
Me, I
years,
like
3 years?
friendship, Sha.
Enjoy that friendship, my sister.
Me,
That's what you're
I'm
not
the
ready
kind
for
of
marriage.
person that I'll probably like be friends for like years. I
Yes.
told God, I said I want to marry my friend.
Yeah, you will marry your friends that you have known for years.
But you cannot start friendship.
But you cannot start friendship 1 year, 2
But
years.
if she was friends with that guy, for even if it was not 1 year, even if it was 2 months,
Yeah.
those his bad characters would have come out before
My
she started
sister,
dating him.
they can hide it.
It's not. It will come out. That's
They
why she
can
do 1 year,
hide
because you
it.
can't hide for 1 year, Sha. But that's why.
No, please, I
At
do
least
not
do
support
6
1
months.
year.
Do 6 months.
See, inside that 1 year, it's okay. You guys can get married, get to know, get married.
So what if
within
he
that
said?
1 year.
So it will not be to you after you have gotten married.
See, that's the issue. Within that 1 month, 2 months, you will see red flags.
Yeah,
my
you
sister.
see the signs.
And then
that's
you-
why I said at least do 2 months. You
Oh,
see the
2 months
signs.
is okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you see the signs.
It's not you that
The
decide
moment
to
that
close it.
the moment that Amata changed it for her,
Aye.
when she told his friend that, oh, he's so troublesome. I'm
So-
like, he's troublesome. Why? He changed it for her. He even collected the phone. He
For-
caught it. I said, this was a mad person.
I said no.
I said, this is a mad. I said, Auntie,
I
run.
said,
Run away.
it was everyone's choice. I just noticed that most Christian guys have nasty attitude.
Attitude, yes.
And then some that are not even believers or Christian, they will be so
And it's very
nice
sad.
And it's sad.
It's sad because what are the fruits of the spirit?
No.
Like, what are we talking about?
You
What's
can't
Christianity
love,
really?
see, you cannot love me if you do not love God. There is no how you know how to love Emily on this earth. If you don't know how to love God, you can never.
And if you love God, you will have the fruit of the spirit will be manifested
Yeah.
in you. That's what you remember this man, what's his name? Bishop Wale Oke was saying that we can't be saying that we are holy, we are children of God, and we're not manifesting the fruit of the spirit. And when he was saying that lions don't eat flesh,
They
don't
eat
eat
flesh.
fruits, that they
They
only eat flesh.
yeah.
He was talking about the works of the flesh, and obviously anger, greediness, all those things is there. It's in the works of the flesh, lust, right? But if you are manifesting the fruit of the spirit, the devil cannot get to you.
cannot.
So I think our standards were just be a Christian, be tongue speaking. Emily, can you hear? That's
Be
lesson.
tongue
Because as I'm
speaking.
watching that thing, I was
You
thinking
were thinking
about
me.
you.
Be-
That Emily is always shouting about tongue speaking, but it's not about tongue speaking.
It's not about tongue speaking.
Because they are tongue speaking devils.
See, like, I want you to be tongue speaking in fruit of the spirit.
He said even that is
If you have the fruit of the spirit, there's no how you'll be angry and
but
raise
it's not
your
about
vo-
tongue speaking.
Baby.
Tongue speaking is good, but it doesn't end
No,
there.
the tongue speaking, get it, is your fulfilling purpose. You know God genuinely
That's
from the
different.
heart.
It's different.
See, Shola, it's not different. If you know God, if you truly know God and you
You can
respect
speak in
God,
tongues and do not
so
have the fruit of the spirit.
I'm telling you what.
But do you know that
my
you
kind
can?
of-
Do you know that you can speak in tongue and not manifest fruit of the spirit?
Shola, I'm telling you my idea because you're watching the movie and you're thinking about Emily. Dear husband, what I mean is,
Okay.
if you have the fruit of the spirit and you know God, like truly know God, there's no how you will be acting wayward.
Yes, and you're yielded to the spirit and you're obedient.
There is
Yes.
no how you will
You're
misbehave.
submitting
See,
to God. So it's not about speaking in
which
tongues.
God? Which God are we
You
serving?
carry your
please?
tongues and go and sit down, Jerry.
You will speak tongues and go
Everybody
and smoke
can-
and come and
everybody will
slap
speak
me.
it.
I will slap you back because something is wrong with you.
But yeah, let's just wrap up. So I mean, he was speaking in tongues and everything. So she
But he
likes it. She felt like this is my
This is
husband.
This is my
Yeah,
husband.
and
Until they land a slap.
you get. Then he was also telling her that God said you'll be my wife.
And that's you see that part. Every woman have to hear God for
For
herself.
herself.
God says. What is God saying?
To you, like
She was not happy. God said,
And a
she was
friend asked
taking
her.
his
A
rubbish.
friend was asking her that, okay, what did God say to you? She now
She-
said, I'm not a baby Christian.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not a baby
so
Christian.
because you're a baby
So
Christian,
what did the Lord
so
say?
what did the Lord say to you? Like, so the thing is that we all have to hear God for ourselves. You can't say that because God said. I know that I said he who finds a man finds a good thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that if a man now says he finds you, because a lot of men will come and say that God said.
God says.
Do you understand? A lot of men, you are a pretty girl. A lot of
Yeah.
men will want to marry you, but did you hear God? You by
For
yourself,
yourself.
what did you hear from God?
did not hear.
And that is a
It
crazy.
was love they were hearing.
That is a crazy game, and it's
It
not
is.
love. Emily, like you, they are hearing tongues.
No,
So
Shola,
they think
it's
tongues
not
is
like
God sick.
me.
episode.
Emily has sense.
I don't think so, Emily.
Emily have sense. I do not know how to manage.
Well, I get you, but like I'm just
know
saying,
what love
I
is.
get you, but I'm saying like we need to be careful
We need
because
to
a
be
lot
careful.
of Christians too, they get distracted because he's Christian, he speaks in tongues, you understand, and they
And
forget
because
that
they come to
yes,
God said.
exactly,
Yeah.
and they forget that they need to hear God for themselves.
Yeah.
And the other guy, Senior TJ,
Senior TJ.
that guy was so fine, man.
and
But I mean, he's a Muslim. Yes, so it was like
that's the
a
only
yes,
thing.
but she almost considered it, and he was married.
Oh, you're married.
She almost considered it because
I
it was
cannot-
such a good
see,
person.
you're married is a deal breaker.
Yes.
I want to call you my man.
Yes.
It's not
yes.
our man.
Yes.
You're
But
mine
he
alone.
was such a good person.
Yeah.
But I think the thing about Senior TJ was that at the end of the day, she realized that there was no way she was going to feel purpose
years
with him.
with him.
Like and I think the problem with inter-religion marriage is like your children most especially.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't believe like this is a topic for another day entirely. I don't believe that you can be with somebody and like I think your spiritual life is the most important aspect of your life, right? And if you guys don't even agree on that particular belief system, I think there's already a problem. There's already a fundamental problem. Like Bible says, can two work together except they agree? So if you guys cannot agree on where your children, what you guys now say, what church your children go to, will they go to church, will they go to mosques? There's a lot of confusion on that. How do you tell your husband that he doesn't believe in Jesus that Jesus said I should do this? Jesus said I should give up my first salary. Jesus said, do you understand? How do you want to explain that to someone that doesn't believe in Jesus?
I remember I've said
when
to
it
a
doesn't
guy,
make sense.
Yeah, I've said to a guy, can you marry a pastor? And he just look at me and he's smart. I say, you will not understand because you don't even go to church.
Exactly.
And you now want to leave the Christian guy and go and marry someone that doesn't even believe in that same Jesus.
Yes.
How will you relate?
How do you like? I feel like there's some conversations that we have because you know the way we just had a conversation about warfare. We've heard these things, so we can click on that level.
Yeah.
And if you cannot like intellectually even stimulate yourself on that level, how do you guys want to actually do that marriage?
You cannot.
You've already created
That
a
means
gap.
you're getting married for a selfish
Do you
reason.
understand? And that's do you get selfish reason is loving, he can provide for you and your children call what will happen to your children. So I think when she realized that our children will might have to because God in her thoughts God spoke to her about her children and the guy is like I love you I don't
But
care
my
about like you
children
do
are
your
my
Christianity but my children they are my legacy and that
like,
is it.
wow.
Marriage like Pastor Iren said marriage is a business decision.
is.
Your children are your legacy. You can't afford to allow them get confused. You can't afford it. But yeah, I mean, she went to a pastor, and a pastor like just said all the things that we have said right now to her. She wait for God's timing, focus on her purpose, and you know.
And she started fulfilling
And yes,
purpose.
and I mean, the movie ended when she was feeling purpose, and there was this guy. Like we didn't see the guy,
Right.
but I mean, the accent was accenting.
I was like,
He was like, "Oh, I saw what you're doing. I want to volunteer."
Dear husband, come and volunteer.
Come and volunteer.
Come and volunteer.
Come and volunteer.
Be my support system, my
Come
number
and
one fan.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was an amazing
If you have
amazing
not watched that
movie.
movie,
Please go and watch.
go and
Last
watch
to
it.
Marry. Last to Marry is a what? It's a
not
blessing.
fool, it's not a curse. My sister, we are still here. We are not married.
So yeah.
so-
We're preparing for our own.
We are here. Don't worry. The color of the ashrabi may be purple.
Oh, white.
Yeah, or white. Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah, it's
orange.
purple. Or,
No, you know I don't want to
or
like
yellow.
purple. But it's,
We do not have a favorite
Forget
color,
that. Don't worry
so
about
I will
that.
make a choice for her. Until next time, guys, please.
bye guys. Please, what do you want them to do for us?
Follow, subscribe. Tell us what movie you want us
You
to
want
review
us to review,
next.
yeah.
And don't forget that we love
And that's
you.
what you learned from the movie, yeah, and what else? Your own conversations on it. We
Yeah.
love you.
But I love
Like
you
I love you
more.
more. Bye guys.
By faith, not by sight, just love our works, not my might.